So, hey, beautiful people, y'all see these shenanigans? I am going to give us a few minutes for people to come in, and you might hear this little baby and cartoons in the background. So these cartoons do not belong to me, but I had to do something to keep this little baby busy. Hey, sit down. So welcome to my life. This is our week this week. Okay. Everybody meet QJ if you haven't met him before. This is the Gypsy baby. So let's see if I can bribe him with some fruit snacks to be quiet. All right. So we got him some fruit snacks. Maybe that'll buy us a couple of minutes. But hey, beautiful people, how are you? Who's out there with me this Thursday for our weekly session? I'm just getting set up. So let me get him settled. Let me hop on over here. I want to try and bring it up on my phone so that I can see if you guys have any questions or if you're making any comments about these shenanigans that's going on with this little baby behind me. So for those of you who are just tuning in, if this is your first time, welcome. I am Gwendolyn Young. I am your host from Your Virtual Admin Expert, and welcome to Leading Behind the Scene, your weekly dose of inspiration to equip you to excel in business and life. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed getting to know all the amazing folks that I have introduced to you over the last month or so. I mean, we have talked to life and leadership coaches. We have talked to nonprofit CPAs. We talked to the Clarity Coach, attorneys, actresses, authors, accounting professionals, founders, and that's just the short list. But it has been so good. They each gave us wisdom tips to think about everything from staying in our own lane to loving who you are and understanding that your voice has value to the people that you serve, to realizing that without clarity, you'll never communicate the message that you need to in the marketplace. We talked about budgets and finances, keeping your records in order, making sure you're staying focused on the right thing, and creating and sustaining great relationships. It has been an amazing month and a half. And so these were all the things that gave me the idea to really talk about community today. All of those women are a part of my community, and I'm so glad that they said yes when I reached out to them and asked them to chat with me. Sit down, baby. Watch cartoons. He ate them fruit snacks fast, y'all. I was hoping it was gonna buy me a little bit more time, but you know, it didn't. So he is just really on point. Sit down. The people are watching you. You gotta sit. You wanna get in my lap? Okay, come on. So maybe you can watch from here. We'll give you some paper and let you do some writing. How's that? Here you go. You're welcome. So see, this is life. This is another reason why you need community. So when things don't pan out as well, you have somebody to kind of help you out. But that's a whole nother story for another day. But, you know, as I was saying, all of these women are a part of my community, and they're so amazing. And not one of them hesitated when I reached out, and I'm so freaking grateful. And so when we think about community, what is that, right? You know, community is, you know, from a general perspective, the general definition I found is that it is a feeling of fellowship with others. It's a result of sharing kind of common attitudes and beliefs and things like that. And I can agree with that, but I would like to actually take it a step further and really say that it is a group of people who have a common need, who trust each other, who really care for each other and really want to see each other excel and win. And so I am community with these women. I appreciate the community that they give to me, and I definitely trust and care for them. So let's talk about what community is not, right? because we need to make that distinction. It's not a one-way relationship. So if you are constantly giving and they are always taking, you are not in community. That's probably just a toxic relationship. If there's no common need and your needs are not being met and their needs are not being met, if it's one-sided, then that's probably not community. And it's not a place, it's a relationship. You don't go to community, you actually build it. And so I want to share with you 5 benefits of being in community, because we all need community. It's so important to not just our professional lives, but our personal lives as well. And so the first thing is that community allows us to learn from our mistakes. There is no reason to keep making the unnecessary hard lessons if we don't have to. If we are in community and we're paying attention and listening to those around us, then we can learn from their experiences, we can learn from their wisdom, we can learn from each other. There's no reason why we need to keep learning the hard things over and over again. So that's the first thing. The second thing is really exchanging tips for trade, right? Having somebody else who's had that experience, who's been there, to give us the tips and the secrets that help them excel, helps us tremendously. And so there's nothing like being amongst a group of like-minded people helping each other win. It's also great for making connections. Networking is a skill, and you can ask Clarity Coach Jatia Jones about this one. So if you didn't get a chance to see her episode, you can go back a couple weeks and you can watch it. But if you're not into networking, then I would highly recommend that you build that skill, because it is so crucial, not just to your professional life, but to your personal life as well. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. And so making connections within your community is really one of the biggest reasons why community exists in the first place, because it's about building relationships. It can help you get business referrals. It can help you pull together resources and generate ideas. And so making connections in community is a great benefit of that. The next thing is it helps you to learn new skills, right? You can't really put a price on how valuable that is. When you're in community with people who truly want to help you win, they enjoy teaching you something new. They enjoy sharing with you what they learn in hopes that it's going to help you do something that you need to do easier or more efficiently or more effectively, or help you accomplish your goals. But somehow it's going to be a benefit to you. So it helps you to learn new things. And then probably one of the most important ones, which is the last one, is it gives you a safe space to really nurture yourself, right? Because we're all human. We all have stuff. This is a freaking prime example, right? This is my grandson. And so we all have stuff. We all have something that makes us feel maybe not as good or not as well, or like we're not doing enough, or whatever the case may be. Whatever our thing is, could be a personal thing that we battle with in family, home, or even in our business. Whatever it is, we all have stuff. And so community gives you a safe space to really nurture yourself. And so you need that community of people who can love you through whatever that thing is, people who can stand in the gap for you or whatever that thing is when you can't do it for yourself, people to encourage you through the process, and most importantly, people who won't judge you as you go through the journey and go through the process. And so those are the 5 things this week to really think about when it comes to community. And so I'll be back next week to have a part 2, and this little person won't be here for that because, as you can see, he's very busy and it gets very noisy. But if you need a business community to be a part of where you can get all 5 of those things, I really encourage you to check out the Genius Zone, and that's at thegenius-zone.com. I personally lead this group of amazing women where we have a private community off of Facebook. We have monthly live Q&A calls. We do live co-working sessions and live masterclasses. We support each other through idea sharing, encouragement, resources, and we have a ton of fun doing it. And so we have this amazing community that we would love to invite you to be a part of. So that's something you can think about. So as we go, I want to thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for tuning in. I always enjoy hopping on just to share a couple of things with you guys and talk to you guys. If you enjoyed this, which I'm sure you did, I'm sure you got a nugget or two despite the shenanigans with QJ. I would love it if you would hit like, if you would share it with somebody that you know who you think could enjoy it and benefit from it. Leave me a comment and let me know what your key takeaway was. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Your Admin Expert, and subscribe to the email list on yourvirtualadminexpert.com for even more tips, tools, and strategies that I don't typically share on any other platform. And remember, check out the Genius Zone, and I will make sure all of the notes are in a comment as well. So that's it for this week. I hope that you enjoyed it despite the little detour we had. And thank you so much. As you can see, more shenanigans with QJ. Mwah. Have a good night.